Hello and welcome to Titanium Palace Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Aries, okay, for the week ahead. So this is for any planet or star you have in your chart under Aries. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out, okay? And if you are a cross watcher, I welcome you with open arms because heaven knows I was a cross watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now the way I work is that I first pull cards from the Radlech Valentine Fairy Tarot deck, then I clarify those with the Brian Froude's Fairy Oracle, and finally, if I need any further clarification, I use Sylvia Netzer's Mirror Truth Lenormand deck, alright? Now, we all have an intuition, and it's key that we learn how to use it, so check out the video I put out on Monday for that specific reason. And if, not if, but a reading is like a snapshot of the possible future that might arise if you continue doing what you've done up to this point. If you don't like the ending of the reading, well, you might be better off changing what you're doing to get a different result. Okay, now, with that being said, my gorgeous Arieses, let's get into your cards. Yes. Okay. So please, angels and guides. Okay. Too many. Please, angels and guides, anyone that has good who has a message for my Arieses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides. You've got the Princess of Autumn in the upright as your first card. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Arieses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Arieses. Please come forward and share what they should expect. And you got Awakening card in the upright, which is the Hanged Man. Okay. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Arieses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good. And you got the Four of Winter in the upright as well. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Arieses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Arieses, please come forward and share. And the last card is the Princess of Winter. Princess. When I was a kid, I used to love princesses. Oh my gosh, I used to love them. I used to love dresses, I used to like makeup, I used to love everything. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this, but I like being the princess. Irrelevant, but I want to share. So now to clarify, we actually have two princesses on the board. Okay, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Arieses, please come forward and share why the Princess of Autumn is here in the upright. You got Poharel of the Waters with Arvo Parrot at the bottom of the deck. Yes. Parrot. Okay. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Arieses, please come forward and share why the Awakening card is here in the upright. Talon the Poet with Lattice Moon's Daughter at the bottom of the deck, followed by Unity, followed by the Maiden, followed by Fairies of the Future. Okay. So please, angels and guides, anyone who has good or has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share why the Four of Winter is here in the upright. And you got that gnome with guardian at the gate at the bottom of the deck, with the lamb behind that, and here the fairy sword behind that, and gotcha behind that. Surprise! Okay, now please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share why the Princess of Winter is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good, and you got the Birth Mother with Soul Shrinker at the bottom of the deck, followed by the Death card. I see big transformation. Well, the cards are saying so. Let me read. Okay, first card, you have the Princess of Autumn. Okay, and the Princess of Autumn is a studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous individual. Okay, well, this energy. Okay, this energy is happy news about your career, promotion, or scholarship. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. Yep. And the interesting thing is that even though the Princess of Autumn has gray hair, this one, the Princess of Winter, seems much more mature. Their facial expressions and their age and their height, they look like one is at the beginning, very materialistic, Princess of Autumn, right? Because she is also talking of school, work, money, and things of that sort. Now, the Princess of Autumn is clarified by Pohariel of the Water, which talks of emotions, serenity, meditation, gracefully accepting change. Which is interesting, because the Princess of Autumn doesn't necessarily feel like I don't feel like she would gracefully accept change. Actually, she would like to stay in her little nook, doing what she's doing. Much like myself. But that is besides the point. So the Princess of Autumn is clarified by Pohariel of the Waters. I'll read it again. Pohariel talks of emotion, serenity, meditation, and gracefully accepting change. So I think maybe gracefully accepting change. And the next card is Arval Parrot, which talks of communication. So maybe your ability to communicate is what is gracefully changing within you, right? Within this Princess of Autumn. I say that because there is a definite alright, you know what? I'm gonna switch it around. I'll put the Four of Winter first and then the Awakening. Yep. Okay. Because this makes a bit more sense. Okay, now the Princess of Autumn starts, and she is blossoming into someone that is communicative, who is gracefully accepting the changes that are coming towards her. But now that is only like, let me start that again. So first you have the Princess of Autumn, which needs a little push to get going. Okay, and so she needs to like gracefully accept change. She needs to verbally express her discomfort about this change. So what is being suggested, or what you or the person that you're dealing with, the cross watcher, basically, what is suggested is that you utilize the Four of Winter energy, which is set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation. The need for more sleep or a vacation. See, here it says you need a... Poharial talks of meditation, and the Four of Winter also talks of meditation. So I'm guessing the Princess of Autumn is a hard-headed person and very hard to budge. So what is suggested is that energy utilize meditation in order to be able to make a decision much more faster. Then comes Oh That Gnome. Okay, and Oh That Gnome talks of breaking habits or patterns. So basically there is a need to go within to figure out what your pattern is, so that you can break it, you or the other person, so that someone can break it in order to be able to pass through this passage, this garden at the gate, which talks of passage to new life, openings, gatekeeping. So in order to move forward in life, you need to do a little introspection and figure out what is no longer working for you and cut that out. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. I'm just saying, just knowing that it is something that you need to look out for is half the work. Okay. Then you've got the Lamb, which talks of unconditional giving and receiving, which is something that must be utilized whilst in change. Okay, because if you don't unconditionally give to yourself and receive from the situation, meaning all the feedback that you're getting unintentionally, you might not learn from your experiences. Yes, so that is to be kept in mind. Okay. Now, next card is He of the Fairy Sword. Now, He of the Fairy Sword talks of active principle, spiritual will, justice, protection. Basically, there is an absolute necessity to do something about it. Like, yes, there is a habit that needs breaking, but the habit will only break if someone does something in order to break it. And I think that's what it's referring to. And whatever it is that is going to be utilized to break that habit is going to be shocking to some. Shock. Okay. Because this card says sudden shock, unexpected event, rude awakening. Rude, very rude. Rude. Okay. Next, you have the Major Arcana, which in this deck is called the Awakening. Well, just Awakening. And normally it is the Hanged Man, as you can see via the picture on this card. Okay, it says, change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in action. So, I'm guessing that with the Four of Winter, you go within, you do the introspection, But with the awakening card, oh, well, looky that. I didn't need to move them. So first you look at something differently in order to see how, in order to realize a new perspective of it. Okay. And once you get it, then, yeah, that came out wrong. Once you get the new perspective, okay, you need to go within. Okay, so let me start that again. So you need to go within and you need to go within, or no, you have to look at something from a different perspective. Whilst looking at something from a different perspective, you are taking a break. You are taking a break to really assess this current situation. And through that assessment, okay, there needs to be you need to be able to clearly see what needs to change, as well as to follow your spiritual guidance in order to be able to have mystical experiences, which will allow you to start something new and have an auspicious beginning in order for you to tap into growth, a birth, a growth, joy, and hope again in your reality. And that will in and of itself seem a little impossible for others or for you, but whatever it is, it's going to be doable, even if it seems impossible or impractical. But you are going to be able to do it because you are basically being able to undress a salad, which, by the way, we all know is practically impossible. I mean, maybe you can separate all the vegetables, okay, but then undressing the salad, now that is a whole nother ballgame. Okay, and then once you figure out what needs, so once you look at something differently and you gather all the information that needs to be looked at, then you go within. You go within in order to clearly analyze all this data and to be able to analyze all this data and be able to make a plan as to how you're gonna approach, as to how you will approach whatever it is that you're planning on putting into motion within yourself. Because you're breaking a habit, okay, and with that habit being broken, it will allow you to move forward with your life, okay. Alright, then you need to unconditionally love and support yourself, because it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be something a little tough to do. But if you have the right support, if you give yourself the right support system, it is definitely going to be a happening thing. Okay? And the reason why it's going to be a happening thing is because you have the active principle guiding you along the way. And that spiritual guiding, okay, is somewhat shocking to others. Yeah, that spiritual guidance shocks you. You're like, what do I do with this information? Okay, and if this is what I need to do with this information, why is it so surprising? It's like, whoa, I did not expect that turn of event or that specific way of doing it. What the? What the would be, I feel like what the is accurate. And I think that is what I'm going to name this reading. What the? What the heck? No, just what the. Aries. Okay, what the hey? Now, what I was referring to at the beginning. Okay, notice this is how I see them. So these two are like older versions of each other, right? This one looks very young, whilst this one looks a little more established. So what I'm getting is that this view, looking at things from a different perspective and actually contemplating how do I get myself out of this, or how do I make this better for me, is what is going to help you to actually grow, you or the other person, grow from the Princess of Autumn to the Princess of Winter. Okay, now the Princess of Winter is very inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic. So I'm guessing you're going from childhood to teenage. Whoever this person is that I'm reading for is going from childhood to adolescence. So there's a maturing going on, is what I'm picking up on. The Princess of Winter is an inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic individual. And usually when I read this card, okay, total maturing. Well, not total, but maturing is happening. I don't know if I'm gonna rephrase it probably, but to me this is a light worker. A light worker at his or her starts, okay? Because the Princess of Winter is an inquisitive, truthful, realistic, and undiplomatic. So basically, she doesn't have a sieve. She doesn't have a social filter. I call it a sieve, but the actual terminology is social filter. And so whatever she thinks, she blurts out. Now, these are not just people who are light workers who are like this. They're also teenagers. There's also people who've had TBIs, as in traumatic brain injuries, that they don't have a sieve, especially at the beginning. They are very impulsive. That's the whole point. Okay, so what this card says: information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. And that is my key. The indigo child or adult is the main reason why I relate this to light working, but it's not the only thing. Usually light workers wear their hearts on their sleeves. They say anything that comes to mind. Well, I'm generalizing, but at least I know that for me, this was my case at the beginning of my transition. I would tell you whatever came to mind with no filter, and some others are not on this path, which is great. I'm very happy for you, but my path was a little more difficult. So now the cards clarifying that are the Birth Mother, and the Birth Mother talks of creativity, nurturing, productivity, intimacy, and sheltering. Yes, sheltering. Okay, so I mean, because the Princess of Winter is very undiplomatic. She just says it like it is, right? But then there's the birth mother that comes around and it's like, okay, no. You need to be nicer. You need to be more tactful. You know, you need to be more discerning of what you say to who and when and how. So maybe maybe this Princess of Winter, even the Princess of Winter, okay? So we're going from Princess of Autumn to the Princess of Winter. Princess of Autumn is the child for me, and the Princess of Winter is the adolescent for me. So there's already a maturing of the energies that are being put forth. Automatically, we can see that. Then there's the Soul Shrinker, which talks of many things, but basically, at the end of the day, there will be a blessing that comes forth. Okay, so what I'm seeing and thinking of is that the Princess of Winter had a yes, I don't know if you understand this movement, probably not. Had a so going from the Princess of Autumn to the Princess of Winter, there was a definite maturing, okay, especially with the sheltering of the birth mother. And basically all that transition, all that journeying that the princess went through taught her a lot of stuff about herself, about the situation, about what needed to happen in order for her to mature. And because of that, she's now able to see the blessings in what she has experienced. And once she realized the blessings, there's a definite ending to the Princess of Autumn and a definite transition to the Princess of Winter. And possibly this is only the beginning, which means that there's much more transitions to come. This is only one beginning and ending. There are many in life, so these are good things. All right, so my gorgeous Aries, this is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Okay, now like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. Okay, and with that being said, my gorgeous Aries, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.